Welcome to Bounty of the Week, where we play bounty hunters in a galaxy torn by the intergalactic civil war. And I have with me some amazing players, three who've been through, well, now all three sessions, and yet another cameo session player. Thank you very much for being here. Just going to cover a few things. This is part of the Gauntlet community, and the Gauntlet is a gaming community and podcast network that focuses on indie RPGs, story games, and the OSR. And there's plenty out there to look at. Gauntlet-rpg.com will hook you up. And some of the tools that we'll be using to help with the game, their safety tools, include the X card, the open door policy, content warnings, tone conversations, lines and veils, there's script change, and others. So we'll have a discussion a little bit about what works. But we want to introduce everyone to this. And just to give everyone background, this is the third session, like I said before, of three. So we'll be concluding our story arc for these amazing characters tonight. And the impetus of this was Rich Rogers. He's the fan of Star Wars, the fan of fans. I'm a fan of his Star Wars Saturdays. And he ran a Bounty of the Week using Monster of the Week as the inspiration. And I watched his and decided to give it a go. So this is actually the first campaign that I've ever run on the Gauntlet, thanks to Rich and Star Wars. And I've really enjoyed it and got some great feedback. And I hope you enjoy these stories as well. And once this session is done and I have time, I'm going to make some revisions and release all of the stuff that I have for anyone else to make improvements on and to hopefully enjoy their own Bounty of the Week game as well. So we have Rich Rogers, we have Sabine, and we have Joe, and we have Brian. So let's just go in that order and introduce yourself. And if you want to share a little bit about your character and where we can find you online, that'd be great.
It's me first, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm Rich, and I am so excited to be actually playing instead of running a Star Wars Saturdays game. I'm playing Ark, who is a clone. He's a baby clone because he was designed at the end of the Clone Wars and then put on ice and carbonite freezing. And he was one of the few that was viable when, around the time of the Empire fell, where in our timeline that people brought him out of storage. All he could do is shoot people, so he became a bounty hunter because that allows you to shoot people and not get thrown into the spice mines on Kessel. And then he was discovered and saved from making a horrible mistake by Quake.
All right, Sabine.
I know. Sorry, I had to find my window back. And yeah, I'm Sabine. I'm playing Quake. Quake is an old clone, first generation clone from the Clone Wars, deserted after killing his Jedi, and then kind of drifted around doing odd jobs. Yeah, and now has to watch over his little brother, I guess, which he likes. I mean, he likes his younger brother, and he likes having somebody to look out for, really.
Cool. And Joe?
Hi, I'm Joe, they, them. I'm playing Janella Jantek. She's a Zeltron. She's been making her way through the verse for a decent amount. She's still youngish. She started off as bounty hunter, then rebel, then crime lord, now bounty hunter again after some other mishaps. So we'll figure out character relationships in a moment, I presume.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you. And Brian, our captain.
Yeah, I am Brian, he, him, and I am playing Oligo, the expert. He is a Mon Calamari kind of self-taught and has a piecemeal put together protocol droid. What's the name of the protocol droid? AGA-3S. A know-it-all wise ass protocol.
Right. Awesome. Good. And you captain the ship called the Wraith, which is basically a large freighter. It's an abundance of space. Um, you've been very successful on your first 2 bounties from the game. Very well done. And then you sort of got some complications going on from the last mission that we'll get more into. But before we jump back into the game, we need to get some relationships established with the new crew member, and just probably flesh out a few things. But I want us to go to the chapters tab in the spreadsheet. This chapter 3 is called Into the Breach. And if someone else who has a much better dramatic voice could read those 3 paragraphs, I would really appreciate it.
I can do it, I guess.
All right.
Do I get a musical sting?
The
The damaged Black Sun fleet arrived at Bespin for emergency repairs, while the hunters moved to complete their job to bring Reese in for payment. Unfortunately, old enemies complicate the heist, as the hunters slip out of the hospital to find themselves in a tense fight to escape to their ship, the Wraith. The hunters escape with one wounded by an IG-11 as they leave Bespin. Stakes are raised with the shadow of Order 66, and a difficult ship repair job exposes the wounded companion was shot with a sophisticated tracking pellet. After getting a warning message from their contact, the hunters leave Rat Attack, and plot a course for Yavin to hide from the Black Sun. When the Wraith was pulled out of hyperspace by an interdiction field and into a sparse asteroid belt and a partially constructed star destroyer attached to one in the distance. 2 different fighter wings are on attack vector with the hunters. It's complicated, it's dangerous, and it's a hunting. And for a hunter, it's like it's a living.
Thank you.
Moving. I'm like, what's going on?
I think someone was in. I don't know. I saw some like color changes.
Yeah, I did a real quick recess because I couldn't read it. I couldn't see all the words. I'm sorry. I couldn't follow along. I didn't mean to screw you up. I didn't realize that until I was already done the thing. I'm sorry.
And after hearing that, I'm like, oh, I should edit this and this and this. Thank you very much, Joe. That was awesome. So yes, the Wraith is coming. Been pulled out of hyperspace. There's like an asteroid belt, and then 2 different TIE fighter wings are coming right for them. So that's where we're at there. But let's take a step back and establish some relationship with our new trainee, and we'll come up with a reason for the last one. His temp agency called him back or whatever. But yeah, let's get into the characters on that, on the hunter sheet, and see. Let's just do 2 relationships with Janella. So whoever has an idea for one, go ahead.
I think Joe already filled in 3 of them.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
names were popped in. I didn't put those names there.
Oh, they were from the previous player. I forgot.
That was
to
empty
remove them.
when I put my stuff down, though. I'm like,
okay.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. It's the Force,
Right.
I guess. So let's.
They're empty again. So let's fill them in.
Right. Oh, and I also have an asteroid mech.
Yeah.
Droid.
You astromech is what the one that you
Astromech
wanted?
droid. Yeah, I know the mech was involved.
I know. Depending on what thing you're reading, they get called different things. All right. Let's see. Let's look at your gear.
So if we're doing 2 histories on my end.
Yeah. So if we can have if you just want to like pick 1 or 2 that you want to connect to, like
All right.
1 or 2 other players.
Okay. It's coming at you, Rich. Romantically involved.
I do not know. I do not understand the ways of love, but I've read up on Zeltrons.
It was either you or the Mon Calamari man. I don't know. It's
I
tough.
think
He's already a
good with it.
player. We're
Oh.
finding out that the captain's a smooth operator.
All right. Sorry, clone boy.
All right.
Yeah, I've dealt with troopers before in the past. It's time to.
But have you dealt with clone troopers?
I mean, I have a good friend that's one. I'll probably have another good friend that's one. Clone troopers come up a lot in these games.
Yeah, they do. It's kind of a shocker. I love it.
All right, so
Lego.
I'm choosing secretive as your other tag for your
That's
astromech.
perfect. So Oligo, is that how I pronounce it?
Oligo.
Oligo. So,
Although everyone's pronunciation of it's been all over the place. So
yeah.
Those Mon Calamari names are
So
hard.
we're either romantically involved or I just have a crush on you. Which do you prefer? I'm taking mine. She's not very monogamous, so if that matters.
Either's fine with me.
All right. Let's go full romantic involvement. And let's see. I'm actually gonna go with I want to have saved Quake's life from something or someone due to an unlikely chain of events.
Sure. Save my life. People should save my life all the time.
Tell
I love
them
that.
what and how. I totally see it as like a Rube Goldbergian type accident or series of events that happen in which like you were maybe like somebody was about to like get the drop on you, and then like it's just like I burst in on the scene, like, or maybe it was like this is when I was like in my performing days because I was an entertainer for a while, and that just like caused a lot of distraction and confusion as like a bar fight broke out, and then that's basically the Rube Goldbergian of it.
I can see that maybe somebody you thought it was actually a performance, and it wasn't quite, but in the end it turned out all right because somebody else was very confused as well.
Yeah.
And anyway, you saved my life. And
Yeah, the person that was going to kill you suddenly got distracted. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, but that's enough. I mean, come on.
Yep.
I would have been dead if it wasn't for your distraction. So, well done.
Nice. I planned it that way all along.
Of course you did.
And then, does anyone else want to have a relationship, a history with Janella?
So I do or don't have because we did the removal of the name. So does Ark have a crush on Janelle? I'm totally cool with that.
You can. I'm okay with you having a crush on me.
Yeah, I like the idea. Like he has no idea how to like make the move, or it's just not part of his training.
To make this happen.
And then you hear that Quake has been involved with her before.
Oh.
Yeah, but not in that way.
Exactly.
I mean, that's Quake's choice.
Sure.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Anything else? Any questions on any of the stats or anything at this time?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just to stop back at safety tools, are there anything tortures off the table? Like we'll veil it if it comes up. Sexual abuse, those sorts of things are not going to have in the game. Is there anything else that we should be aware of from anyone?
Can I say that I just want to have torture by the PCs as a line? You can have torture by other people, but not. I don't like having PCs torturing people.
Okay. All right. Well, if it comes up, please let me know. All right. So what? Just sort of as a guide in case it comes up, what do we think happened to your last trainee? do we want to NPC him, which not usually a fan of because I usually forget that they're here, or do we want him to be taking care of something like the ship that you got pulled out by the interdictor wave? Is there something like down in engineering or something that you send him off to?
I think it's maybe easier if we just retcon him out.
Okay.
I don't know if that's possible, but I mean, he might. I
Escape
forgot the
pod.
player's name, but maybe he wants to
Sam,
play
yeah.
Crook again. And that would be easier if we just said, oh well, we kind of dropped him off on the moon because his mom left him a message and he had to take care of that or something
Okay,
like that.
sure. Yeah. Or he's still in hyperspace.
What? What does that even mean?
It's the green room. All right, awesome. So I have some ideas about how to bring in Janela, given some ideas that I have for this. So I kind of want us to like jump back into with the TIE fighter showing up and getting at least the initial 1 or 2 actions from everyone. So I think it was Ark who like spotted this whole thing happening right away. And then probably the captain and the rest of the crew would see it. Because Ark had like the last word in the episode. So I kind of like want to just jump back into Ark, like, okay, once he recovers from seeing this, what does he do next?
Yeah, I think Ark knows what's about to go down. He assumes that it is a republic. Oh wait, imperial. Oh wait, someone has some kind of organization. So he cycles through. He's probably going to notify the captain. We've been yanked out of hyperspace. We need to be prepared for boarding. Quake. And I'm not doing the accent, and I'll slip into it in a minute. Sorry. Quake.
Yeah.
I'll hop in the turret.
Okay.
They used to grab in Canada. They yanked us out.
Yeah. Okay. I will go and get into the turret.
Awesome. All right. So, Captain, you hear this over the comms? What are you doing?
I think I'm jumping on the sensors to try to get a read on the situation to see if we can
Okay.
find some way to slip out of it.
Yeah. Roll use tech. So, does everyone have a copy of the link for Roll for Party? I'm going to put it in the chat just in case. And then I'm also going to put in a link to the drawing, the map for everyone. I actually mistakenly had Rat Attack in a different location, so that's been fixed. And I put Camino on there too. All right.
Or maybe I think Quake will stop after he's taken a few steps and say, Ark, why don't you take the turret? You're a better shot.
Oh, of course. Whatever you say, sir.
All right. So how'd you do, Brian? I think I see a 4.
I rolled a 4. Yeah.
Awesome. No, that's perfect. All right. So yeah, there's the 2 different wings. Like one is definitely coming from that strange sort of embedded Star Destroyer that's in this large asteroid piece. And the other one's coming from like the other side. And they're shooting at each other. And you're kind of like in the middle of the 2 groups. And so your sensors are going kind of crazy because you're multiple firings on you. They're even starting to fire like missiles into the fray. All right. So what's everyone else doing?
Well, I've been given permission to hop into the turret, so my
All
plan
right.
is
Yeah.
Dial something in and blast it to hell.
Okay. What do you want to blast to hell? Missiles, TIE fighters, asteroids. What do you want to
Missiles
do?
coming at us, then I think I should fire them out of space. That would be the way to go.
All right. Go for it.
All right. I'm going to kick some shebs.
Yeah.
And I'm rolling with tough. Here we
Mhm.
go. All right. Not bad at this. Oh, I'll have to create new dice. That's all right. Here we go. I rolled and 7 plus 2 is a 9.
Okay. Kick some
Means we swap damage.
Okay. Yeah, so the shields hold on the Wraith, but there's an explosion. Like you like shot it like right before it hit. So there's like some shock waves from that. Things are rattled, probably people are jostled around. Things are getting really heavy here as the 2 TIE fighters are coming in. All right, Captain. Things are going crazy. On your sensors,
Are they attacking us?
it seems like from what you can tell, they're not targeting you directly.
Okay.
Like they don't even know you're there.
Okay, we should get out of here.
Yeah, like it'll be obvious in just a few moments that there's something here on their scanners and whatnot, but they're definitely really involved with one another. And the captain, he even notices that there's like another like smaller set of ships that are unrelated to these two, like kind of from behind you, coming into the fray.
So there's a third set of ships?
Yeah. But this is like a transport and some support. They don't seem to be like Imperial based. Do you want to hail them or anything or anything?
Sure, let's contact them and maybe they know what the hell's going on.
Sure. All right. Okay. So I'm going to ask you some leading questions here because that's fun. And so if we go to the NPCs and places tab, and you scroll down. So in my mind, and you can come up with something else, I feel like Captain Oligo would have a history with Commander Colsera, who's a big time smuggling person. Right?
Sure.
Okay. So if that's the case, what do you think your relationship is with Cole?
I think that there have been members of his he's hired people that maybe he shouldn't have who had bounties out on him.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've I was able to collect some bounties on members of his crew so that he didn't appreciate, but we're able to negotiate enough that like we didn't directly come into conflict, but he was not happy with me, but also appreciated that like I didn't just escalate things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So you're hailing his ship, right? What are you saying? How are you signifying that it's you? Like were you on the Wraith before when you had these prior dealings with him, or was this some other ship that you were on?
No, I think it was the Wraith. I think I've been on the Wraith for a while now. So.
Okay. So you're just saying, hey, it's Captain Oligo.
Yeah, are you did you get caught in this web alongside us, or do you know what the heck's going on here?
Okay, so like first, like Cole, he's like, Oligo, what are you doing out here?
Hell if I know. We got pulled out of hyperspace and straight into this mess. I don't even know who these two groups are.
Well, 4 men behind me. He's got some support ships, so it might be helpful. I mean,
yeah, yeah, better the fish in a school of fish than exposed by ourselves.
So like his transport's been rigged to have additional weapons on it. And all of these ships are like they're flying in formation or less. So it's not just like a crazy group like a caravan. There's some training here. So like the clones, what do you think of this? Your captain is flying towards this additional smaller group of ships away from the TIE fighters that are just blowing each other up.
Yeah, I want to use the sensor array, actually. We have it on the ship.
Yeah, go for it.
And I mean, there is a move for that. And I mean, it's act under pressure. And I will remind you that you still have 2 hold over me from the last time.
I have 1 hold, I think.
Oh,
I
right.
used 1.
Yeah,
cool. I used 1.
Better. That's better. So, oh, wow, I rolled a 6, but I've got a cool of 2, so that makes it an 8.
Okay.
So
all right. So act under pressure you're using?
Yeah.
All right.
I have to for the sensor array. And I have to find what act under pressure actually means. Yeah, worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Also, the move on the tab tells me, or the thing on the tab says, what says something. The sensor array, right? Oh, sensor array has a different. No, it doesn't. That's the emergency protocols. Sensor array. No, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to roll not with the sensor array. I wanted to read a bad situation, which is fine. It gives me +1, and I've got a sense of 1, so it's still
yeah. So with the sensor array, you can ask those other questions if you want.
Yeah, right. That's what I wanted to do. Sorry, I'm confused.
That's okay.
Pretty late. Yeah, what I want to know is, well, also I want to read a bit bad situation. I want to know what's my best way out. That's probably what I really want to know.
What you really want to know is the best situation of this whole situation?
The best way out of this situation.
Okay. So strategically thinking, if you got covered by this other fleet, then you could just, once you get cover from them, then you could just fly away in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So these ties, they are still coming towards us. I think Ark has shot at them, which kind of precludes us saying, hey, we're just totally harmless people here.
Ark shot at missiles coming at the ship.
No,
so.
Ark like prevented your ship from taking
So just to point that
fire.
Out.
Yeah, it's fine. So I want to know where are they weak?
The TIE fighters?
Yeah. Where are they weak?
They.
Oh wait, I have only 1 question. Forget it.
Yeah.
I just have the 1 question. That was the. Or is that an additional question I can ask? No, right?
They are currently from like a strategic point of view, they are really well focused on one another. Right? So for example, if you wanted to like get out of the situation completely, like this is a pretty good opportunity. Or if you wanted to like slip past them and go to the Star Destroyer thing or whatever, like currently they're very well involved with each other.
No, I think I'll tell Oligo, Captain, I think falling in behind the other guys is our best way to get away from this whole mess, whatever this is.
All right. So let me take a step back and talk, because I don't want to leave Joe out of this since he was kind enough to join us. Here's what I'm thinking. Given the situation here that Call is doing, he's bringing in basically a small tactical fleet of criminals and smugglers who've basically been hired by the Alliance, by the former rebellion, to say, could you please go to where you're at now and retrieve something, because you're really good at finding things and bringing them back. And Call has the exact information that he's not going to share until he has to, in case you guys get captured or whatever. So I feel like Janella would be like his second in command. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Does that work for you?
She's very good at moving her way up the ladder.
Oh yeah. I mean, she seems like a very competent, well-versed person and
She's
great
very
skills.
likable.
Oh yeah. So here's what I think is gonna happen, and feel free if you want to do something else. I'm totally cool with that. Where Call takes his little fleet and your ship. You guys go off like behind an asteroid or what is like a cutscene, and you guys meet on whichever ship and talk about things. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Is it okay with everyone, or did people want to stay behind and shoot up TIE fighters and get into a big old messy combat?
I'd like to survive.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you let them shoot out at each other, and we have this sort of conference thing. Captain, would you want to meet on your ship or on Call's ship?
Probably go aboard his ship.
Okay. Yeah. So you're there in like the ready room, whatever. There's like charts and crap there, and he's wearing his usual like smuggler outfit, but he's got like an alliance symbol on him, almost like you become like a deputy or something when you go into the town. He's like, he doesn't really look different, he's not really acting different, but he's definitely working for a different client right now. And he offers refreshments to everyone. He is very much taken aback by seeing the clones. I'm assuming everyone comes over. If not, please let me know.
I think someone should stay on our ship, maybe. I don't know. I
That's what protocol droid's for.
Oh right.
That's right.
That's a good point. We have a droid. Okay, then
Yeah.
then we'd go, I think.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like there's like this small airlock tube between your two ships, right? So you don't have to go into space. It's just like a fairly quick process to get between the two ships. Is that cool? All right. Yeah. So Call, he introduces you to his crew, including Janella, who some of you know. Like you get that sort of close up of relationship faces here. He's like, and this is my second. She's been working very well with us so far in our motley crew.
I know most of them, Cole.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you share with me what you know about them, since I don't know if the captain's going to do that.
Well, this is Oligo. We are quite close.
Really?
Quite close.
Really? Are there any little smugglers that I should be worried about?
It's a big galaxy.
Right.
And I know Quake from way back. So I don't know you.
That's my brother Ark.
Oh,
Right. You can call me Ark.
I'm lovely to meet you. I'm another of your brothers.
Yeah, it's almost
Great.
like there's millions of us.
I know. Luckily, I haven't met one that I don't like. So
So
There are asshole clones, but not many.
So Carl says, kind of in a jerk moment, he says, "Oh, so you try one, you like them all? Is that it?"
excuse you?
Come on, we're here for business. And he goes over to the captain, kind of pulls the captain aside to talk captain-y stuff. I know,
Wow.
right? He's not a nice guy.
This guy.
Exactly. And yeah, so he basically leaves like the two crew to mingle and talk if they want to. But he says to Oligo, he's like, we could use someone like you in our mission. What do you say? Would take a cut?
Interested? What's the job?
We go in, we find a pretty little artifact, and then we leave. Pretty easy, right?
You're an archaeologist now?
I'm whatever they pay me to be for the right price.
So it sounds like it's paid pretty well.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We just have to get, and he'll point at the screen. We just have to get in there. He points at the Star Destroyer, embedded in the asteroid piece. And on the screen, you can see it reads the graveyard. And I think everyone, perhaps except Ark, knows what that means, that this used to be Alderaan. So you're in the remains of Alderaan. And something that, people who travel around this area know about is that friends and family who were not there when Alderaan was destroyed by the Death Star have visited and released capsules as like memorial tribute to their lost ones. And unfortunately, the Empire took advantage of this and would basically lie in wait and capture these ships under false pretense or whatever, and basically just steal their stuff, steal their ships. Yeah. So what looks like has happened here, and the captain goes into this, is that since the fall of the Empire, this part of the galaxy is open for dispute between warring factions. And what we've got going on here is sort of a mini civil war between an admiral and his daughter, who's a captain. And he says Admiral Civic Cerberus. And this is where I'd like to ask Sabine, and also Rich, what do you think about the idea of having, well, especially Sabine, having served with this admiral when he was much younger in the clone army?
I mean, sure, I could have been at certain battles with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was a
Sure.
young officer.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Rich, if you're comfortable thinking, because this is like kind of out of character information, that you and your brethren were on a special shipment to come out and join his fleet.
Oh, neat.
So you were like cargo being sent to him before the fall of the Empire. And so Sabine, you may have known his daughter, who's now a captain, when she was a little girl.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, actually, Quake is not much for officers, but little kids, yeah, sure. I mean, he's a medic. He has dragged kids from ruins, and if they were on the ship, well, he knows funny stories about Camino turtles.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's a trait that Quake remembers, or something about the Admiral, that can help define him for us? What do you think would be interesting?
I think he was just a kind of guy who really was oblivious to other people's emotional states. Not like he was mean or something on purpose, but he just couldn't read people very well. He was like, okay, now we do this, now we do that, and he never understood if people felt bad about it. If it was a victory, it was okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I totally know that type. That's awesome. So Call is like relaying this information to Oligo. He's not like trying to keep it quiet. He's just sort of off the side, because it's kind of like someone he actually knows, sort of. And just saying, yeah, we're just gonna go find this device. I have, I've got a scanner that when we get close enough, it should detect it, catch it, we grab it, we get back to Rebels, Alliance, or whatever they're calling themselves, and we get paid.
Alliance to restore the Republic.
Yeah.
That's what they call themselves.
Yeah. New Republic, Old Republic, whatever. They're paying. That's good. Are you in?
And what's the relation between this ship we're searching and these two fleets that are at each other's throats?
Well, the Admiral controls the base. So the Star Destroyer was pretty darn destroyed. They grafted it to one of the larger pieces that's orbiting out here. That's the base. And so he commands a Vindicator fleet from there. And his daughter, which doesn't agree with what he's doing out here, some of his past exploits, she's got a ragtag fleet hidden out there in the asteroids, possibly behind the remains of the moon. You know, as long as they're at each other's throats, you know.
Yeah, it's an active war zone, so that should make things easier.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Really?
Really? So
I think everything will be fine.
exactly. That's
I
why you're second in command. Everything's gonna be great.
think maybe when we see the figure quoted that we're going to get paid for pulling this off. I'm like, oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a high pay.
This is a great plan.
A high pay. You don't know if like he's telling you like he's like, yeah, it's gonna be a high pay. You know, but he's not like a representative of the Alliance here.
How old's this artifact?
I mean,
What
all
is
it goes. Sorry, what was the question?
Sorry, what was that, Joe?
How old's this artifact?
Oh gosh.
Like, what does it look like? What are we looking for, Captain?
So now that we're here and we're
I'm pretty
all on the
tight-lipped about it.
same team, he goes over and pulls up the holo display, and it's of this like kind of like an 8-sided die, a sacohedron or whatever, metal Firth or something. It's like one of the most durable metals in the universe.
Wow.
And if anything can survive a blast from the Death Star, this could.
Well, now I have a bad feeling about this.
Is that a holocron?
Oligo's just
Yes, it is. It's
Oh
a
yeah,
holocron.
let's go find the holocron. That's probably a very good idea.
On the plus side, this looks like one of the good ones.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
fair
shiny,
enough.
silvery.
It's
got
not
some-
triangular, so we got that going for us.
It's not
Yes.
red
No,
or
it's
black.
not-
Yeah,
No,
let's
no.
get it.
Because I got experience with that shit. That poodoo. Don't want to go through it again.
Oh,
yeah. Oligo's just figuring like there's at least a chance that like his crew can just make off with this artifact themselves and screw over. So only if the opportunity arises, but you got to you have to include that in your calculations of what.
so you're like working together until one of you gets the advantage, and then there's this mad dash back to payday.
Well,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, Oligo's also considering the fact that Cole might try to screw him over too. Sure.
Thanks, hon.
I see like there's this like sort of like you're both eyeing each other. He has only one eye. You're both eyeing each other up, and there's like this sort of tense like camera shot of it. So Ark, while this is happening, there's other like obvious criminals like on this other ship. What are you doing? Are you just sitting back and watching? Or?
Well, I'm checking my data pad and logging all of them and seeing who has the best bounties in case this goes sideways.
Yes. Okay. You're all like got your own angle here. Yeah, you've got them prioritized. You're looking at the notes and about that, which one might be an easier takedown. You're looking at a couple of them are like harboring old wounds, so they're probably not moving as fast. Checking out their gear, a couple really interesting weapons on some of them. Like who's the law anymore? Everyone's the law. Awesome. So Janella, like, what do you think of this being sort of reunited with a bunch of, people on a potentially collaborating, competing crew?
Yeah. I mean, we're currently working for the New Republic, right?
Right.
But Cole's kind of a dick. So.
He is, but he gets the job done.
Yeah, but probably not always the best of ways, but
No, yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if you're
And
thinking.
like I'm probably familiar with this crew. I'm like, all right, some of these might turn on me on an instant, but at least I've got friends here that would like someone I'm actually actively involved with, someone
Yep.
I've saved their life, and
Yep.
his brother. So the brother's probably going to go along with the older brother.
There's all these like calculations going on, and like if we could see it, like the other crew are like going through similar things, like, that clone looks experienced. That clone looks new, which could be easier to take down. Awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
But she's just acting like, you know, like everything's great, trying to calm everyone down with like empathy and pheromones and what Zeltrons do best. Like, this is going to go fine. But, you know, inside she's like, I know.
So there's this, of course there's this like
I'm looking to my droid.
1980s sort of holographic projection of like where they think the hologram might be. And there's a vault inside this base that they think it could be, based on some information that's been paid for. That's probably where it's going to be. So who among the player characters do you think has done sort of like an infiltration, like retrieval sort of thing before?
Well, I haven't actually done it, but I have been
Trained?
programmed, been trained.
I mean,
does Ark say that? Like, oh, that looks like something in one of my trainings.
Yeah, I've been trained for this, Quake.
So like there's this purple
done
Twi'lek.
stuff like that, but it usually went sideways. So
There's a purple Twi'lek who eyes Ark, and she says, "You haven't done it yet? You haven't infiltrated?"
I knew a Bothan that was real good at it.
No, not actual field experience, but it can't be that hard.
That's what they all say.
He realizes everything he says is foolish, so he just gets quiet.
Okay. Yeah. So Janela knows that this Twi'lek's been interested in being second in command for a bit too. So you know that if you screw up, you may not be second in command for too long. That's just the nature of the crew, unfortunately.
Man, who needs it?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so are there any other sort of like, I don't want to belabor planning things, especially in Star Wars. It's usually pretty like we just go do it. But if there's any like special equipment or ideas that anyone has before the infiltration mission happens, assuming that's what you still want to do, I'm open to hear it, or if you want to montage it or whatever, that's totally cool. We can also use this time as sort of like downtime move, to connect with characters, especially now that Janela's in the mix.
I think I'd like the downtime thing to connect with Janela a bit.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is it downtime move?
So whoever
On page 3 of the
Yep.
For the Hunters PDF.
Yep.
Is it not in the character keeper?
I don't think it actually was in there.
I'll stick it in there.
Thank you.
When I did this first move over thing, I had the wrong older PDF. So
Downtime.
I'm putting it in there now.
All right. When your hunters spend time relaxing after a job or cooped up your ship while traveling between stars, each player describes how they spend their downtime and shows a short scene or vignette related to it. Keeper or another player not in the scene may ask you some questions about your downtime. So do people have ideas? Well, I feel like a natural downtime thing for Janelle would reconnecting with Oligo because they are romantically involved.
Yeah, like how long has it been since you guys got to see each other? You know, work gets in the way.
Oh, it's been a parsec or two. I don't. Is that a distance or a time?
It's a distance.
Oh, damn.
In Star Wars, it's Star Wars. It could also be a time.
It's both.
Ollie, where have you been? It's been a while.
I guess we've both been busy.
Well, yeah, you know how me moving from job to job. You know, whatever keeps me afloat. I'm glad that you're not dead. That would really be upsetting.
Yeah, you seem to be all in one piece as well.
Yeah, well, things happen. So it's out. The crew is new. I think.
Yeah, no, we had a job go bad.
Sorry. Do you want to talk about it? And she's a very good ear for listening, talking to.
Yeah, maybe they do talk about it. I don't know the details. we haven't.
Okay.
We haven't.
They talk about it then, I guess.
Yeah.
They start talking and then the scene fades to black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do y'all want to ask questions about it? Or?
Yeah. So I think this is a good point to. We don't have to go into explicit detail, but just like a couple things to establish. You know, like what's one thing that you miss about one or more of the former crew members?
I think the previous crew was probably had a lot more in common with Oligo, and they were probably a lot less martial in their backgrounds. I mean, that's why they got into a situation over their head, and maybe that's why he recruited some ex-military troopers to replace them. Yeah, let's see, who did we have? We probably had someone who was actually more of an engineer type who actually the ship's probably gotten a little bit more run down since they're gone, and none of us are that techie.
Maybe there's someone who really cooked well or did something mundane well that's just not there right now.
Yeah, even just I think yeah, just any what would be the word for it? Just I mean, I don't think these ships are really decorated or anything, but just any homey type touches. They were put on the ship by someone who's gone now. Any decorations, any
Cool. Joe, did you have any questions or anything you wanted to ask since it's
I think
your scene?
Other players ask us questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, the keeper or another player not in the scene may ask you questions about your downtime.
Yeah. I guess what are the feelings that your characters experience when you're in this sort of more intimate environment together?
She's happy to be reconnected with a close friend. She's seems to be experiencing loss of her own, which, like, you know, she's obviously gonna let Aligo know. He'll probably feel it because they're empathic, like Zeltrons are empathic like that. So, but yeah, happiness and comfort and security in people that she trusts.
Anything from Aligo?
Yeah, I think Oligo didn't realize how lonely he was until Janelle's here, because he hasn't. You know, he has these two clones who are very close to each other. They have more of a business relationship with Oligo. Other crew members have just kind of come and gone. And he hasn't really had a friend on the crew since he lost the previous crew.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
come on, Quake and Ark. Embrace your feelings.
Embrace your trained feelings.
He doesn't like talk about blasters or clankers.
So
Be quiet.
Do Quake or Ark have an interest in doing in downtime?
Yeah, I have something I might need from Ark, and it's something I have to tell him. More clone stuff, I guess. Because I have to do the rejuvenation shots eventually.
Yeah.
And I think I'll rope Ark into this because I think I might need a little help.
Okay.
So, hey, Ark, can you do me a favor?
Of course. What do you need?
Actually, you might want to think about this for yourself because of the whole accelerated aging thing. You know, we're ordinarily of human stock, but we age a lot faster. That was nice when we were young, so we could grow up faster, but it's not so great when you grow older. And I have the stuff, it's rejuvenation shots. I need to take them. And I can take the muscle and blood shots myself, but the one that goes in here, it's a bit hard to do it yourself. So if you could just punch this into my spine and ignore any kind of unworthy noises I make while you do that, that would be nice.
Of course. Could we? I mean, we're in space, Quake.
Yeah.
I could put you under, so you don't have to feel any pain.
But that would use up our stash of tranquilizers. We might need that later. I can't deal with that. It's just a sting. It just hurts a lot. Doesn't matter.
All right. Well, are you normally restrained?
No, I'll just lie down. You pop it in. It's just a little shot. I'll need to be restrained for that.
Right. Well, how often do you have to have this?
Once a month.
How expensive is it?
Very. I mean, I do it when I can. I can't usually, but, you know.
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise my muscles would start failing. We're not built to last.
Right. Well, I assume I'll be taking these too. We'll just have to continue to take care of each other, brother.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need to start right now, but it's advisable, actually.
I've read up on Zeltrons.
What?
Zeltron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Janila's one of them.
Yeah, she's a nice one. She's a performer, actually. Or when I met her, she was a performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Saved my life, actually.
I hope this next shot helps your reflexes. It seems like everyone's saving your life. Quake.
Well, I know I'm not an ARC trooper. ARC. I'm just a pretty standard clone.
That's why you're wrong. There's a lot more for you. I'm glad you're still here.
So am I.
And then I think he has you like lay down, and he's measuring it up and just trying to make sure that he hits the right spot. And he asks, "So, Janila's with the captain?"
I guess, yeah. You ever done that?
Well, been with the captain? No.
No,
No, Quake.
no, Ark. I've been with a person. Yeah,
No.
romantically, okay.
No. Should I have?
No, I mean, just curious, distracting myself. I mean, you could if you wanted to.
Can? Have you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't the life for me, but no.
Well,
No.
I will figure that out. Adapt, improvise, overcome.
I'm not sure it works like that. And I think that's seen.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I got a question for
Yeah,
Ark.
Go for it.
So what's Ark feeling seeing your future basically of pain and constantly having to have shots to get by?
I think Ark is horrified by it. It is not what he signed up for. Not that he ever had any choice in being created, but he also understands that if he's not here to help out Quake, everybody's saving Quake's life, and that's why he's here, to make sure that Quake keeps going. So if he has to start doing it, he'll start doing it. But if Quake goes, he's going like right after. This is it's scary.
Whoa. That was good. Sabine, I would like for you. There's not really a move for this. So, but I feel like, and let me know if you're okay with this. When you get the injection, maybe because of recent things going on and whatnot, I kind of feel like you might have a flash, almost like post-traumatic stress from the war. Like, could you just describe like a scene during your time in service from long ago? Like, what was that like for us?
I think I think what comes to mind when he sees this young-looking clone and realizes how much this guy has been missing. I think what comes back to mind is one of the more brutal battles that he was in, where he was basically in a distraction unit where they had to keep standing there and being shot at, while somebody else, some Jedi, did some interesting stuff. And everybody around him was just like dying and falling down, and the clankers were basically overrunning him, and he survived by chance, badly hurt. So
Cool. me go here. So to add to that, there's this voice yelling over the din of the combat. It says, "Keep your head down, CG 5713." And this young officer shoots over your head a blaster rifle, and shoots an enemy, a separatist, before they get a chance to shoot you. He says, "I thought you were here to protect us, but we seem to be protecting you today." And he just sort of laughs it off. And it's a younger version of this admiral.
What an asshole.
All right. Awesome. And are there any other downtime scenes that anyone would like to do? Okay. So I have a scene between Call and Janella where he calls her into his quarters, and he asks, and this is something he commonly does, he sends her on ahead to meet with crews and whatnot and get a sense for them, knowing her special capabilities, and get a report, like where are their vulnerabilities and where are their strengths, and if things go badly, what do you expect to happen? So he's basically a strategic analysis of the competitors. So what does Janella report?
Well, I mean, things are a bit different because while I know some of them individually, I don't know them well as a team. So my suggestion is that we should implant me to work alongside closely with their team. That way, wink, wink, if what needs to happen, I'm there for you to ensure things go properly.
That's a really good suggestion. All right, we'll make it happen.
All right. So I don't have to roll? Is my question? Okay.
No. Yeah, no. He wants someone to monitor and help coordinate.
Well, why I might suggest a roll.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like lying to him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to get him
so
this without him realizing that I'm actually more on their side because I like them more than you.
Right. So here's my thought on it.
Okay.
If you think it's more interesting for something to come out of that, I can think of some things too.
Okay.
But he's like already kind of primed for this. So if you want to roll, go for it.
Okay.
But it feels like you're doing a manipulate.
Yeah.
Let's if you want to, go for it.
All right. Yeah.
And maybe he'll be suspicious of you if you roll
which
differently.
is fun.
It's great.
Well, I got a 10, so
darn.
I know.
Okay. Yeah.
Everything is going great.
Everything's
How
great.
dare.
He's like, perfect. You're the best. There'll be a bonus in your pay when we're all done here. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So what I see in my head anyways is there's like this sort of, prepping scene where there's the last minute details, before you do the infiltration sort of thing. Exactly. Send a boarding party, away team. And so again, like, unless there's something really significant that you want to roll for or get or whatever, there's the montage that we could do if you're like, oh, I think it'd be really cool to have this thing here. I still think if you want to have it, you can still have that small scale jammer that you used on your hospital trip to Bestman. But if there's anything else, if it's within reason, I'm not going to worry about it. But if it's like, hey, what about this rare thing from Corellia, we might roll for it or something like that. So just very briefly, since we have two clone troopers who have at least been trained for this, what do you think would be like a really cool approach to infiltrating this base, locating the item, and getting out quickly with it?
I think what we would need is some sort of floor plans, and I realized that there is a gear up montage.
Yeah.
And maybe we can do that.
Get some
because
info. Yeah.
I think I would like to make some plans for actually where to get in,
Yeah.
how to get where we need to go. Where's the likely that they kept a holocron if they had one?
Yeah.
And since in Rebels, they said the Empire had never really changed some of the codes, I think I might have a chance to just call these plans up and get in.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Should I roll for that?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. I'll roll with for plans, right?
All right. Yeah.
I have.
Well, if you want information, right? Or do you want to make a plan?
I want to make a plan actually. I want
Okay.
to say, okay, we get in there and
Yep.
then we go there, and check these 3
Perfect.
points. It's more like we have some sort of idea of what to do if things go wrong. Where can we go? Where are the escape pods if we need them?
Awesome.
Stuff like that.
Sounds good.
So I have to re-roll these, and they're turning, and I've got a 7. Wow. Good thing I'm rolling with cool. Okay, I get it, but with cost.
Yep. Okay. Okay, I think one of the obvious things is that the way through into the target area is like very dangerous. Like there's a lot of hazards in the way. So maybe it's potential exposure to like radiation or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, Janella has a Mandalorian armor, right? Is it the real deal? Or is it just the
Look at the tag.
I mean, mechanically, it is not. I don't think. Fictionally, it is.
Okay. So I guess radiation is
The
probably not a
playbook did not
problem.
offer me any armor, so.
Oh. Well, yeah, maybe we'll.
Yeah. So potentially, if you get through, you get back, and you get medical treatment right away, you should be fine. But if you're like stuck somewhere for a bit, you're probably gonna die a not so nice death.
Okay. I mean, I've got a phase 1 armor. I think I'll be good, but
you'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Everybody else will be fine too. Probably don't take these iodine pills and don't stay too long there. There's a lot of radiation.
Okay. So you've got your plan. You're working with the other crew to coordinate this, cause a distraction or whatever it is that you guys come up with. There's a lot of chatter going on over there. Cool. So is this going to be your entire crew going in and fetching this to keep the party together? Does that seem like fun? Or do you want anyone to stay behind with the droid and ship?
Yeah, I'm not letting the kids go alone. If that's okay with the captain.
We got to go together.
Yeah.
My only session, we got to be together.
That's what he says in all his emails to me. We got to be together. So just so I know, Art, is everyone going? Okay. All right, cool. So is your plan involve like a escape pod or something, or like hopping from major little asteroid piece, or like what does that look like to the audience?
So what was the question again?
Yeah, so what does this look like to us? Like, because you're on the Wraith, like, are you just like quickly dodging through on a shuttle or something? Or are you like jumping from asteroid to asteroid? Like, what do we see, like, just from like sort of a visual standpoint of how you get to the base? What does that look like?
Flying stealthily?
Flying stealth?
Flying casual, right?
Of course.
I got a land speeder. I don't think that'll be useful.
awesome. Yeah,
I don't think we all have vac suits, so I think we do need to take the Wraith in, right?
Ooh.
So
Okay. So it looks like a very well planned piloting.
It's simple. It's simple, guys. You just got to turn the engines off and float, and then just turn the mag locks on at like the exact last moment.
Well, we have a tether installed, so we could maybe just like float by and then just like latch on.
XJ could help us out with the navigation of it.
Awesome. So who wants to take point on executing this?
I mean, I can use the tether.
Yeah.
If nobody else wants to.
So
I mean,
Captain,
I was a great pilot. I could totally do this.
So you're gonna pilot your lover's ship.
I mean, if they're okay. I mean, I know I just joined the crew. Did anyone else from the other ship come over?
Not that you know of.
All right, so I'll just let you all know. Oh yeah, he's totally willing to wants me to backstab you guys at a moment. All cards on the table.
what?
I like two of you more than everyone else on that ship.
They're going to backstab us. Well, I can tell you all the bounties that are out for most of their crew.
Oh, you have bounty hunter? I need to see that data pad later. Don't worry about it.
Sure, it's in my phone.
Is that just legal bounties or all bounties? And we'll get back to that.
Legal's like a very complicated term these days. There's so many
black market bounty, you know.
They're guild bounties, so that's all legal ever was, really.
Okay, so
right.
but yeah, like XJ is real good at programming this stuff, so he could probably assist me unless one of you, unless you're very close to your ship and don't like other people piloting it.
I mean, I don't know. It's fine with me. I figured I would pilot it, but
if you want XJ's help, you can beep boop.
I think XJ help? XJ would probably help when we need to repair the ship more than.
He's an astromech, or they're an astromech droid, so I would figure they're good at astro stuff.
I don't know.
Astro stuff.
They give you a forward use to tech or forward to big tech. I don't really know what those mean.
So what do the clone troopers think of this really long discussion over who's going to fly the ship?
I'll let them have it. I mean, that they're civilians. I mean, I'm used to that.
Like, do you pick up on this, that it's not really about the ship so much about the trust in the relationship? Like, or is that just like
Art totally misses that. Yeah. Like,
I don't
like they're talking about surrogate like relationship friends that they may have displaced that still talk to, like their droids. Yeah.
They're talking about, yeah.
Should I devise an acuity testing for the piloting skills, and then whoever's the better pilot can go?
No, don't. Mm-mm. You can't tell the captain that he's not qualified to fly. Even. I don't know. Even if she's better, you can't. It's not. Cannot undermine the captain. He's the captain, right?
He's the captain.
Yeah, guys. Once you've figured out who's going to fly this thing, I'm using the tether, right? Fine.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that sounds fine to me. You know, I don't know what that is, but
it's the tether. It's the thing that will drag us to the ship. But we need to push, and you need to push us in the right direction. Okay, the cat wins.
The cat always wins.
He can't pilot. He's got a cat in his lap now.
All right. So who's going to make the act under pressure roll, and who's going to help with that?
Oh, I should probably make the act under pressure roll.
Okay, then I'll go.
No, I can do it.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I roll sharp instead of.
Oh, all right.
That's what you're worried.
All right.
It's your ship, hun.
Should I then help with it? to use the tether. Or do you want to do that, Janela? If you want to help, Oligo, I can.
No, I mean you've got.
Go ahead. No. If it's
you have more. Quake,
Yeah.
you have more experience on this ship than I do.
That's
It's been a
probably
while
right.
since I piloted in space.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pilot. I'm just gonna use the tether.
I've never used one of those before, so I trust you.
I can show you.
Are we flirting now? I don't know.
No,
Are
we're
you
not
flirting with me?
flirting. I'm not flirting. But why would I be flirting with you? Right? Really? I mean, I'm just offering you to show you how to use the tether.
You're offering to show me how to use your big gun. To shoot
No.
a tether.
No, Janela, my big gun I can show you, but that's not the tether.
All right.
So the call radio's over. He says, "Why aren't you moving into position?"
We are. It's very slowly because we don't want to be detected. God call.
We have a timeline here. Come on, Janela, take command if you need to.
Yeah, sure. Janelle out. All right, let's go. You pilot, you tether. You, let me see that data pad.
So who's helping, Janela or Quake?
I'm helping, and Janela is helping Ark look at the data pad.
So roll to help if you're trying to help.
What do I roll for helping? I
I
forget.
think it's cool, but let me double check.
Think
Yep,
so.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Cool is good.
And Ark is just staying out of this.
Yay, I've got an 8.
An 8?
Eight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I rolled an 11.
Go, Captain, go. Awesome. You're never going to get any experience, are you?
I rolled fail. My first roll of today.
Okay. All right. So masterful roll here. The captain really does know his ship pretty well. The tether is rigged up. And you just sort of like following the orbit of some of the debris of Alderaan. Stay out of sensor range, being blocked by the metals and the rocks. And you just sort of swing over to your coordinates. You launch the tether. Is the tether like a cable, like snow speeder cable, or something else? Like, I don't mean a snow speeder cable, but is it like a mechanical launching?
Imagine it's a tractor beam.
Tractor beam? Okay.
I don't know.
Whichever you want
That's
is
just
fine
me.
with me. I'm just trying to clarify. Yeah.
I don't think we ever.
Okay.
I think this is the first we've used it. So
Okay. So you break it out of the bag. You put it in the launcher. You set it up. You follow the 10 steps instructions with the little symbols, and you aim it and you fire it. So I think for right now, we'll just assume it's like a mechanical line. And you make contact. You got your ship in the right distance. And I'm assuming you're just sort of like sliding down it, like pulling yourself across and then entering in through the vent. Okay. All right. So then you're in. It's a very small space, and there's, vibrations through the base, as it were. And, because seen, and you basically emerge some time later in sort of this like carved out central vault area that leads off to different corridors, some leading directly to like the Star Destroyer and others into other parts, other chambers of this asteroid. So yeah, you're inside bits of Alderaan right now. What's the plan?
Go and check the locations where it's maybe they kept the
Okay.
holocron.
Yeah, and like Janelle, you're the captain of your ship, gave you the little sensor, so if you're close enough, it'll beep.
Got this. So does it like beep like faster the closer you get, or slower the further away you get?
Ooh. Yes.
Okay.
Let's do that.
All right.
Perfect. So it's like every like 45 seconds right now, it's gonna beep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So I feel like Quake is kind of taking point on this. And so you're going down the corridor, you're going up the chamber, and so like you start getting deeper into this sort of asteroid base, and then you see that there are patrols, stormtrooper patrols, imperial officers, now and then. How are you bypassing them, or are you just shooting your way through as quickly as you can?
Okay, we need to distract them, I guess. So let Ark and me distract them, and then maybe I'm giving the thing to Oligo. Maybe he and Janela can go and search for the holocron, and we cause the distraction.
don't quick. No, there's no need to worry yourselves. I'll go check it out.
We check what out.
I can sneak ahead because I'm very good at staying unnoticed.
Okay.
All right. So I'm using my move. Don't worry, I'll check it out. When I go up to by yourself to check out somewhere or something scary, mark XP.
All right.
And I will totally be prepared to cause a distraction.
Yeah.
Let's
All
go
right.
sideways.
Very distracting when we shoot and kill people.
That's right.
Do we have like any more quiet weapons to start with? Like, we can blast everyone if like the alarm is raised, but maybe we should start.
Yeah, we don't want to create. That's why I've got silent weapons.
I
have
mean,
an electro whip.
I've got a vibroblade. I don't like to use it, but I've got one. So
as do I, and some quiet blasters. But yeah, I'm going off.
You're going off. Okay, perfect. So you
I told
XP,
them Quake agreed.
He signed the form. All right.
Yeah.
You go off. You see that there's fairly regular patrols going around. Patrols with like 4 stormtroopers is pretty common. Sometimes there's more. Sometimes they're doing drills, but where you're at, it's like standard patrol format.
All right, cool.
All right, so now I'm going to have you make a roll, act under pressure. Roll plus cool.
All right, sure thing. Do I have to? This is one of the things where I say something or nope. All right, good. Hey, select dice. There's a 7 total.
Okay. So with the move on a 7 and 9, I give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. Okay. So you can be captured by stormtroopers. That is one option. They can open fire on you instantly on stun.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get captured.
Or you could accidentally reveal the location of one or more of your companions.
No, I'm gonna get captured.
All
get
right,
that XP.
awesome. Do it.
And also, oops, I stumble across something important. But Quake brings up a good point. About
yeah.
Soon.
Let's do that. Like right as Janela gets captured, we go to
think
commercial.
I'm like all clever, then right blaster in my back.
Yeah. Perfect. So we'll see you in about 7 minutes. Is that cool? All right. We'll see you back soon. Thanks.
We've lost our captain.
Oh no,
It's rough to be captain.
too much emotions for that. Cow,
It's probably off lamenting Janela's fate.
Oops! Exclamation point. Yeah, I mean, you're really showing someone send someone that is the most noticeable to do something unnoticeable. But Janelle is very convincing in that she just suggested it and you agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to working with pros and or not, but usually having a discussion about no, you shouldn't do that never works. Better to rescue people later.
Yeah.
I mean, these are stormtroopers. Let's be serious. Come on.
I'm very good with stormtroopers in
Yeah,
a different system.
they can. I mean, not very scared of stormtroopers.
When I'm playing a Skinner, they don't have any chance.
Currently working on stormtroopers for this game that I'll be running in a few weeks. I decided I wanted to put in the incinerator stormtrooper because it looks so amazing in.
So like the goal is they all just get
okay.
killed easily and are not very good at shooting things, right?
I mean, that's what stormtroopers do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be not very good at shooting things. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts of Mandalorian is how they openly mock stormtroopers. It is.
You have those two speeder bike troopers doing target practice, and they can't hit.
I think I think they just have terrible helmets.
Oh,
I mean, they
don't
can't
have
be that bad.
They don't have good vision coverage. Is that it?
Yeah, probably there's some. I mean, they probably were produced on the cheap.
David.
Yeah.
Can I just trade my land speeder in for like actual armor?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't think a land speeder is going to get used.
In this. Not unless you want to say you brought your speeder here.
It'd be very difficult, I feel. So
it's one of those that fold up. No, yeah, go for the armor, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see some kind of A-team shenanigans with a land speeder, but no, probably not with that.
I think like a swoop would be ideal in these smaller environments, but yeah, go for the armor.
Yeah, I'll just take the stuff off the Knight playbook that I was reading. So.
Yep.
Because I'm like, this sounds like a Mandalorian.
It does.
Whatever the Knight is.
Yeah, so all the playbooks were based off characters from the Mandalorian series.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Yeah, so like the veterans, the rebel, the experts, the Ugnaught, so forth. And the design is like the droid. I don't know what's up with our captain. Let's see. Let me check my messages.
Maybe it's a connection thing.
Yeah. Well, we can go ahead and do like the capture thing, and then we can flash back to the other group, and then just see how things go with Brian. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah. I
know that there's like a big winter storm moving through parts of the States, so hopefully he's okay. Okay, so yeah, they capture Janella. What does this look like? I think you kind of hinted this, like she kind of poked her head up and like there was a blaster in her face. Or
well,
something.
She's sneaking through. You know, she's being stealthy as she can be, I suppose. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, she's not incompetent, obviously, but like that's when she sees like something interesting that is not entirely. This says you'll find something important and useful, although not necessarily related to your immediate problems.
Right.
Gets totally distracted by that, and that's probably when the stormtroopers get the drop on.
Okay. So here's something that might be a little distracting for her and so forth. So she sees that there's this almost like an assembly line process where there's this shunt or like a cargo crate sort of thing, and then like this panel is being moved forward, and then there's like this like steam or whatever comes out of it, and then there's lights on the panel, and then a person is pulled out.
Oh,
right.
Shit.
And then another one happens. So they're like unfreezing a bunch of people, and they're all about the same size, right? And then you hear from behind you in what sounds like Ark's voice, "You there?" And you turn, and it's like a stormtrooper, and there's 3 other stormtroopers there, and one of them says, "I'm going to call this in." It sounds just like Ark. Like they all sound the same.
All right. Serial number, trooper.
Yeah, they have them. Yeah, he lists it off.
Yeah, she totally tries to like, yeah, no, I'm your superior. Oh shit.
No, well, he lists it off, and it's like you don't know this yet, but the audience paying attention to like Ark's serial number is like in a similar line. But yeah, they basically are going to escort you away to the brig for questioning. They immediately take any weapons off of you. Standard protocol. They put binders on your wrists.
That's not necessary. Come on. You're wearing Mandalorian armor. That's okay, fair.
So and I'm going to say like hey, the captain's back. So like at least one of your companions sees that you get captured, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So they know that this is happening. But they take you away, and they're going to take you to the brig in the Star Destroyer, because there's the one there is still in pieces. It's still good. So they're going to take you there, which is going to take you away from the shiny that you were looking for, but it's going to take you closer to the Admiral. All right. What is the non-scouting ahead group doing?
We need to rescue her.
Where's the tracking device? Does Janella still have it? Has it been separated from Janella?
Who had the tracking device last?
I mean, you should have been Janella if she was scouting ahead. I mean,
so
it would be
if you
pretty
want
useless.
Yeah, Captain, if you want to spend one of your holds to say that you'd gotten it from her, that's totally legit. Do you want to do that, or do you want to leave it complicated?
I'm fine with it being complicated, but if is it still with her, or has it been separated from her?
So they will eventually take it away from her before she's put in the brig. They may not know what it's for. I mean, it's a tracking device, but they may not know, right? So eventually the beeping will get slower and slower, but they'll like say, "Hey, what's that? Take it away from her."
Sure. I'd rather spend my point to cut off wherever, to be ahead of wherever they're taking her.
Oh, so you're going to save your companion before she gets put in the brig?
Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right. Okay. So is everyone doing this, or is this just the captain going on a solo mission? Like, what does this look like?
I think you can maybe cut to us like we're listening in on their communications or something, and we hear where they say they're
detention block,
taking their
blah
prisoner.
blah blah. Yeah,
and so that's how we've managed to like set up an ambushing rescue.
Yeah, and as Quake mentioned earlier, like the ships haven't changed a whole lot. So she's like, unless they've done something different, they're probably in this vicinity. So you guys head off over there, you listen in. So you're going to do an ambush? Is that it?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So, yeah, Janelle, you're just being led away, and one of them is talking, like giving a report. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's have a thought. I think Janella, as they're taking you along, you see something that you recognize as like a sign that Oligo made to like, get ready around the corner. Things are going down.
Was there like a tie hanging from a door handle or something? Like, what is that?
It's like a little flash of light,
What would it be?
Like something that she would know.
Yeah.
Like, do you have like a little like crystal thing or something that she gave you, or I don't know?
Yeah. Maybe it's just this like the symbol of the wraith or something. We have some kind of.
I mean, I'm empathic, so not telepathic, but it can be as simple as like some you just like Morse code with a light thing.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah.
Little
Like a
flashlight.
little smuggler thing or something. Yeah, cool. So you set this up. Quake and Arc, what are you doing?
I mean, we're setting up an ambush to get her out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know that these are brothers at
Not
that
yet.
point. Cool. So we're setting up an ambush. I will make it my priority to get her out
Okay.
because I'm good at getting people out of combat zones.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. So who's going to lead on the kick some shed?
That's what Ark is good at.
I see Rich raising his hand. Go for it, sir.
Let's see. I'm just double checking my moves before I go.
Oh yeah, like one of the clone troopers is totally like a chatterbox too.
Yeah,
He's
it's like,
just,
I know an arc. Oh,
you do like
Yeah.
what's his designation?
I didn't ask because I mean he's chosen a name.
I've
Beyond.
heard about that.
Yeah, like when did you wake up?
Oh gosh, it must have been like a cycle ago.
It's like, and
It was really strange coming out of it. I'd like missed like generations of time.
yeah, who are you working for now? Because
The Admiral, the one who requested us be delivered.
do you know that he doesn't actually work for any government?
What do you mean? He works for the Empire.
The empire, there isn't. First off,
Because the
That's not
Republic,
how-
the Republic went bad, so the Empire took over.
I mean, that's not they're a thing anymore.
All right, Ark,
Yeah.
go ahead. What do you get?
I rolled not awesome, so I'm spending a luck to boost that thing to a 12 because dang it, I want to do well. I'm going to kick some shebs with a 10 plus. So deal my harm. I'm using
Yeah.
I don't know, are we going in like blasters blazing or are we using our silent weapons, your vibro sword and my electro whip, Quake? What do you think?
I'm fine with using blasters at that point. We're made anyway.
Sweet. I will give +1. I'm gonna gain the advantage and give a +1 forward to Quake as
Awesome.
I move forward and start firing. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Don't
yeah.
have this set on stun either. This is
Are
gonna
you
feel
wearing your
terrible.
like clone trooper armor, full armor?
God. I don't have any other armor.
Right. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
very expensive.
Right. So they're dressed in like stormtrooper armor. Okay.
Oh well, this is easy.
Right. So you pop out, and two of them like stand and are like stunned by what they see. Okay. So they're like easy shots. They don't even raise a weapon or anything. And then like the two behind, the stoic one and the chatty one,
I told you I knew an arc.
like they move to position under cover as soon as they can, but you've still got the advantage here. So what does that look like for Ark?
I think Bach, when he moves in, he sees that they're stunned. They're stormtroopers.
Yep.
So, he ducks around, maybe drops into a tumble forward and comes up and a firing arc, and you keep shooting because
You totally shoot the two that are just standing there looking at you like they've seen a ghost. Yeah. They just like drop their blasters and fall after you shot them. And then
prefer fighting clankers, Quake.
So what's Quake doing now?
I noticed that this is pretty weird behavior for stormtroopers, but right now I have another priority in my
You're trying to
getting
save
Janella out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I've got to move for that in combat. When you help someone escape, roll plus sharp. I hope that Janella is helpless trying to escape here. I mean, if she's not, we're going to be confused. But I will try to convince her.
And like still while this is happening, the chatty clone trooper is talking to her like, "Don't worry, hon, we've got you covered. as a prisoner of the Empire, you have certain rights, and it's just
Yeah,
like
that's
such
great, but I'm with them, so
No,
Come
you'll
on,
see.
Jonah.
The Empire's got a great dental care package. You'll see. And
okay.
it's not that there's anything wrong with your teeth. No,
right.
no, you look.
You've
great.
got bigger things
Excuse
to
me,
worry
this
about.
is a rescue. Bye-bye. Guy, get to cover before it gets you.
I mean,
And then I'm
you're just gonna shoot
wearing
him?
I'm
What
not
do you-
going to
what do
shoot
you-
him if he's just talking. I'm not shooting people.
well,
who
he
are
has
just
his
talking.
blaster out. He will fire on you.
Then I will, of course,
Yeah.
I will shoot him, but I will
Okay.
I will try to get him out. That's what my
Okay.
priority here is.
So the stoic one is definitely gonna be shooting back. What is Quake dressed in? What kind of armor?
He has the phase 1 clone trooper armor.
Okay,
It's
so you're
pretty
both clone troopers.
antiquated.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So the stoic one is just gonna shoot at you guys, but you can roll or whatever. Like
Yeah, I want to roll my leave
Yeah,
no
go
one
for it.
behind because
Cool.
It's a
I
cool
have that move and I want to
do
use it.
Use it.
Let me use it. Yay,
it.
I roll well. I roll this goes with sharp and I've got a 10. Yeah.
Awesome.
I also would have had the +1 forward that Ark has given me, but would make it an 11. But well, that means that let
Get
me
me out
read
clean.
that. You get them out clean. So
Cool.
we're just
Yeah.
going. Bye, Fox.
You get Genoa. Do you shoot the chatty one? Do you leave him to die on the deck? I mean, he's just a stormtrooper.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
You've never.
So
You've
I
never
mean,
known
I will speak
stormtroopers to
up. I'm
chat.
like, if this matters, he's your brother.
then I won't shoot him. I will shoot him in the leg. Maybe. I mean, come on! I've shot stormtroopers
Oh, yeah,
before. I
totally.
never check. I never check
No,
if they're
no,
clones or not.
exactly. No,
Yeah.
they're always like someone who's been kidnapped.
But
and
I shoot
raised.
him in the leg, but not like I don't want to kill him
Right.
necessarily.
So you get
And
me out.
He yells as you're departing, prisoner, and he gives, because you have a prisoner designation code now. Prisoner, blah 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 blah. I will find you and save you.
What is wrong with?
What's
Okay.
with that guy? I'm asking Janela, what's with that guy?
Oh, he's like a cycle old. All right.
Oh.
So let me show you guys. I mean, it's a bit of a detour, but Ark, this might be important to you because there's a lot of you being unfrozen. A lot of brothers of yours being unfrozen.
Oh. Sith spin.
Carapace.
So,
So, Captain, what are you going to deviate from the mission and go look at clone unpackaging, or what's you going to do here?
I am not particularly interested in looking into that, but I think I'm looking at my
because I mean, look,
trooper crewmates, and if
I mean-
everyone's going, I'll go gonna like, oh, I'll just go do it by myself. Bye.
also, like, Oliga, we really weren't hired by anyone that we care about.
I mean,
Also, maybe we can talk to them and talk them into helping us. So we could still fulfill the mission and save these guys from serving an empire that doesn't even exist anymore. That was evil to begin with.
I mean, do you really think that's likely? I mean,
these are look. Most of us are good at heart. Okay,
that's
we're not
fine, but
bad guys.
We can't take on this entire station. We can maybe collect some information, let people know what's going on here.
Yeah, but with these guys on our side,
Like,
what do you think?
It's not going to hurt us to try.
I mean, I would like to try that. Really.
Right. It'll just hurt us to fail.
Well, we've survived worse.
Maybe we should secure the artifact first?
Maybe some of us should look into the artifact and the others should look into the clone thing.
I mean,
Captain, we want to complete the mission, but these are our brothers. They'll fight with us.
yeah, like, I mean, this is their family. And these guys are just being woken up and fed a bunch of lies. So, like, if we can interrupt that and feed them the truth, and we've got actual clone trooper armor, that's going to go a long way to help convince them. So, I think I'm trying to manipulate you. Because that's a move that exists and works on. If they do what you ask, there's options. So let me roll.
Go for it.
And I have a +1 against you. So I don't need it, but it's an 11. So yeah, on a 10 plus, if they do what you ask, they mark XP and get +1 forward.
What do you think, Captain?
Let's do it.
Oh, so there's like this moment where the captain's like, the mission, my crew, the mission, my crew, and then thanks to Janela being here, your crew. Maybe that conversation that you were just talking about, how this is your new crew and your old one's not here, and maybe this will help bring this team together. All right, so Janelle, you just basically kind of backtrack. That seems the easiest? Yeah. And you're just sort of like, it's almost like that scene in Lord of the Rings where you're like looking over the ridge and you see the army, where you see like this sort of, it's very like factory. Like they have people there, Ugnaughts and droids and things, facilitating the process of unpackaging one at a time, getting them lined up according to their assignment, testing them, giving them medical tests and so forth. And then eventually they're processed into a uniform and training holograms and all that sort of thing, so that they're ready for duty within a couple days.
So who's commanding this? Oh, I have an idea. We should maybe get to some sort of communication array or something so we can talk to all of them at once. And whoever is attacking us, we just shoot them.
There's a central hub, like a command structure in the middle, and it looks like it's at least partially Camino in origin, but it's been retrofitted with some other things.
I mean, we could probably convince the Ugnaughts to. We probably just need to take out the droids, like, because the Ugnaughts usually don't work for Imperials willingly.
Taking out droids is something I've done before.
Yeah, you guys call them clankers, right? You're used to that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is what we're built for.
Yeah, so there's like a couple dozen droids, mostly like service droids and things. There aren't actually any battle droids here. Stormtroopers are on patrol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the droids are serving like in terms of functionality and things like that.
So we don't need to take out the droids.
If you take them out, it'll slow the process. You're interrupting the workflow effectively.
Oh, okay.
We need to talk to these guys, and the droids aren't the problem. The problem is probably the Admiral.
Should have taken some of the dead stormtrooper armor. Oh well. I mean, you guys are they're all gonna stop when they froze earlier when they saw you two in your armor. So
yeah. So what do you say, Ark? Let's go talk to our brothers.
Yeah. We should probably not mention that I killed a few of them.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
They're dressed as stormtroopers. They also weren't very effective. I wonder if they're still.
It's the helmets. They're terrible. I've worn this armor, and it's not even armor, really. you know that the helmets just filter out smoke and nothing else? That's it. They filter out smoke. It's ridiculous. What kind of helmet is that?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So what's the plan? What does this look like?
Well, I think Ark and I step up, and you might maybe check the. Do we have the device, the tracker?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Yes.
Okay, maybe check out where that is. Moving closer.
So as you get like closer to this sort of factory area, the tracker seems to be stronger. Like there's really no north-south here because you're in space. So like if you're looking at the factory part, it's more to the right, down another cavern area. And you see signs like for mining and things like that. So you probably guess that it's probably secured within some sort of vault with other important minerals or equipment or something like that. So you probably need either access key or some way to hack in there, or like some heavy explosives or something to get in there if it's not open.
I will roll preparedness to see if I have some kind of device to hack through this.
Cool. Or an astromech droid. Yes, that's a possibility.
It could be installed on the astromech droid if we wanted.
Oh, totally.
So what did I get? I got a 8. What
Cool.
does that mean? I have it, but not here. It will take some time to get it. So
Here's
maybe we left it on the astromech droid and we have to call him to come.
well, here's what I think we see, like a cutaway, and the asteroid droid has just finally emerged from that tunnel that you emerged from, and now it's slowly making its way over here. So it'll get there eventually, probably through firefight or something. Yeah. All right. What next?
Let's just step out and talk to these guys, I guess. And if things go sideways, maybe the two of you can rescue us.
Right. Practice your speech in a small group.
Quake is used to other people rescuing him, apparently.
Yeah, and I'm used to other people making speeches. Ark, you're good with speeches.
I am? Oh,
Yep.
right. Oh, okay. I was trained for this.
So at which point in the workflow do you go down to that area?
I'm not sure. What do you mean about which point of the workflow?
So are you going over to where the clones are being processed, like inside the chamber where they're being educated? Are you like, because right now there's basically like the panels, the crates, the beds, whatever, with them inside of them, goes up, gets thawed, and then they're moved from there down to be medically checked, and then they're moved around to orientation where they're then removed from there and put into like an education center, like a school.
Interesting. Like, are there younglings here? Like, are there kid clones?
You don't see any. You just see them all like your age, like when you got out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's way less problematic. I'm very happy.
And
Do you
so,
know
like,
any of these? I mean, if they were frozen with you, it stands to reason that some of them are closer acquaintances.
that's totally a possibility.
So maybe we just go up to somebody you actually know.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. So the education center is basically they're at this sort of standing desk, and then very rapidly this strobe light of information is sent into their eyes. And then a quick biocheck is made, and if it takes, they're moved on to they're basically where they're going to be birthed and get their clothes and all that stuff.
Okay. Yes, I will look to find a clone that I recognize.
Mhm.
And yes, they look all the same to everybody else, but to us, we see them as
Yep.
individuals. And hold on a second, I'm about to sneeze. Arc 423.
Yeah, one of them turns head, looks
This
at
is
you.
Arc 427.
Arc 427.
It's been a long time.
No. Just last week.
Right.
Where they got you stationed?
I'm freelancing. Listen, you've been fed a bunch of poodoo. Your orders are incorrect.
What do you mean?
I mean, your boss is manipulating you.
It's the Admiral. He's obviously older now. He's an Admiral, but we served with him back in the Clone Wars.
But he's not part of the Republic any longer.
The Republic was a corruption. It was a failure. The Empire is resolved to provide order in the galaxy.
The Empire has fallen as well. You're being fed a pack of lies. Listen, who do you trust? That old man? Or one of your brothers?
Roll to manipulate.
Oh, I'm terrible at this. Okay, here we go. -1 charm. Guess it's going to be using a luck. Here we go.
I will help.
How are you going to
Yay!
help? What is Quake? What does this look like?
I'm just taking off my helmet
Okay.
Yes!
Yeah.
because I'm obviously older, but I'm also obviously a clone. I'm standing with him.
Awesome.
Love it.
I don't think helping will actually help, right?
What do you mean?
Does it only give you a +1 to your roll?
Yeah, it does, but
I
I
haven't
don't know
rolled
what you
yet.
rolled.
I haven't
thought
rolled.
you rolled a
I was
5.
waiting. I haven't rolled yet. So
I thought the
Mhm.
purple was your roll.
Okay,
ooh, boom!
Go-
I rolled
feel
a
fr-
7. -1 is a 6. I do need
so
some help.
maybe I can help. So let me see. Help as rolled was cool, and I've got a 6. I've got an 8. So yeah, you get plus
Plus
1.
one.
Yeah.
All right. So does that make it's a 7 to 9?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. So what is that?
Do I get any read on what they might need?
I think he's looking for proof because he's just been recently educated about, from a trusted person and so forth. So he's looking for something more than just your word that you can provide or something specific that, that can sway him.
Could tell him the story of how this admiral
Mhm.
was in the battle of whatever,
Mhm.
when we fell, when our brothers fell, and he saved my life briefly, he was laughing at us. He's not our friend. And the Republic was not as corrupt as the Empire ever was. The Empire was so far worse. Empire was founded by people like this guy who laughed at us, used us, thought we were meat droids, basically.
So what is Ark's reaction to this? Because he's watching, because he knows Ark. So he's watching your reaction too.
Yeah, what my brother says is true. He's been laughing at us. We're nothing but tools to him, not even soldiers.
So he reaches his arm out to put on your shoulder. Do you let him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he looks in your eyes. He says, let's go confront the Admiral.
I look to Quake to see if Quake's got my back or if this is a terrible idea.
This is a terrible idea, but I've got your back. I will try to signal to Oligo that maybe that is the perfect distraction that he can use to find the artifact.
And he says, and we'll go together as brothers. And he gives like a whistle out of the corner of his mouth. And you remember this now that he's done it. It's just like this really sharp, piercing whistle. And like 10 other ARC troopers come over. And they called like the non-ARC troopers that are within their groups over. So you've got like a small battalion with you now. It says, let's go talk to the admiral.
All right.
This is going great. This is.
See, I told you it'd work.
Lovely.
So they're gonna follow ARC's lead on this one.
And I'm gonna like voice over comms. You should get them to stop the education momentarily.
Oh, yeah. You should turn off the education until we determine that it's correct 4-3.
Sure. So like one of the clone troopers gets ordered to do so, and he just puts it on pause.
All right. No pressure now.
So like some of the other stormtroopers I've been patrolling are now taking notice of what the hell's going on. And they're coming over to investigate because basically the clones must flow has stopped, right? So they're coming over to this gathering, and they're like, ARC, blah blah blah, what's going on here? And like, brother, we need to investigate an issue into the structure of our brotherhood. We need to find out what's really going on. And that particular stormtrooper says, well, you need to get back in line. You need to continue, right? And he brings up his blaster rifle on your friend.
Yeah, so I've got this thing called an electric whip. I will be deploying that because it does stun damage, so I don't have to kill him.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm taking him down.
Go for it.
Okay, sweet. Here we go. I'll kick some shebs. That is, oh man, I'm like one away. I got a 9. Oh, so close.
Can I help? I mean,
I think, yeah. If
Go for it. If you can.
While Ark is waving his whip around, I'm just, I guess I'm just distracting him. I'm telling him, look, kid, whatever you think you're doing, it's just wrong, okay? Listen to this man. And I hope that this is distracting enough so that Ark can just hit
Sure.
him.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
it's totally
I have
distraction.
to roll. I have to
okay.
roll.
Yeah, roll.
Oh, I've rolled a 5, but I've got a cool of 2. It's a 7.
nice.
Also,
I'm exposing myself to danger, but that's okay.
Okay.
Feels about right.
So here's what I think happens. Like, you do the whip, and he's distracted. So he accidentally fires his blaster rifle, and it hits some machinery, which causes a small fire and noise and some sparks. Okay, but no one gets hurt at this point. But you are in like a space station, so like fire is bad.
What?
Okay.
Wait, this is Star Wars. Since when is fire on a space station?
You definitely got the stormtrooper's arm and blaster rifle in the whip. So I mean, you can do droids will fix anything. What do you want to do? Are you just gonna like punch him out, or what? What are you gonna do with that stormtrooper arc?
Well, I mean, the electro whip. Hopefully, I can wrap around and then I'll clock him if I need to.
Oh yeah. So the other stormtroopers are noticing this altercation, and they're starting to fire stun because they don't want to damage the merchandise. So they're starting to fire into the crowd.
Oh, snap! That's not good.
Are all of them clones? I'm asking Ark. Are all of them clones, or are there some ordinary stormtroopers among them?
Oh yeah. Can I read? Do they have any normal stormtroopers, or are these all my brothers?
As far as you can tell, they seem to be moving like clones. Like this whole base just has clones.
It's all clones, all brothers.
Captain and Janella, what are you two doing at this point?
That's a good question.
Like, I mean, talk over comms. Do you want our help, or do you want us to go?
You're in the midst of a potential clone uprising here, but what are you two doing?
Do you guys respond? Or?
We're fine. We're fine.
Okay,
We've got this. Go
Do
ahead.
the thing.
The
Let's
mission.
Let's go get the artifact.
Let's do it.
Do the thing we're paid to do.
All right. So you happen to find a land speeder inside that expedites you down the corridor. And outside of this room are two super battle droids who are on alert.
Okay. We should hide so we don't have to deal with this. We'll let the great. Now we've got clankers. As she says over the comms.
All right, I'm gonna roll my preparedness again. I want to see how prepared I was for this. Oh, there we go. 14.
XJ, where are you?
It's okay.
Yeah, like the droid is just showing up on the scene where over the ridge where all the clones are having their protests and everything. All right. So what is your preparedness look like?
I mean, I think we've seen Oligo deal with droids with the virus that our first bounty developed before. So I think that makes sense to.
So
how
how
do I?
How are you going to infect these droids with it?
I mean, I think he it's a little maybe it's like a little device, and maybe it even looks a little bit like those a miniature of those droid control ships, like the little sphere with the and it. No, I think it like short range broadcasts like
an EMP type thing.
I mean, I think it's more like a virus that it's but it's based on whatever the same technology these droids are.
Okay.
To interface with them and
let's
upload the virus to them.
Yeah, let's have you. I feel like you're attacking them, so let's roll with kick some Sheb.
Okay. It's a 9. What is kickception? Is
Tough.
What do I have in tough?
1.
A 1. So that's a 10.
Okay.
So
you inflict the harm rating of the weapon. Choose one extra effect. Do you want to force them where you want them to just move aside?
Yeah, force them where you want them makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, they kind of like walk in this sort of drunken way away from the doorway.
Yeah, I think it's more about disrupting their sensors and stuff. They're still up and moving and stuff.
They're like
we're able to
against the wall, like does not compute, and gives you access to the locked door to the vault. All right. Back to clone land. All right. The stormtroopers on duty are attempting to stun the peaceful group of clones who are not listening to them. What are you doing?
Keep trying to.
We need to shout at them. I mean, there was this central array, and that means that we can shout from there, I guess.
So is someone going to go up the lift, go up to the central command?
Yeah, why not? Let's
Why
go.
not? Do it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's taken an elevator recently. All right. So just you or you and Ark?
We to cover formation, of course, as how we're trained.
All right.
Yeah.
So you go up to the top. Up here, there's 2 super battle droids that are one
Nice.
is like acting as sort of programming. The other one is just sort of monitoring the situation, calling in alerts.
Art giggles. Clankers.
Get them.
Go for
And
it.
I want to do something else. You go for the battle droids, and I'll go for the shouty box and tell those other clones that these are the enemies. These were the ones we were supposed to fight.
Yeah,
And
like,
then I go. Then I maybe if I have time, I'll go and
isn't
shoot
it
them.
odd that the battle droids are not in easy view of the clones? Okay, so I feel like Ark's probably doing his thing right now.
Yeah, but I think Quake called it first, right?
Yeah, go for it. Do whatever.
I just want to shout. I really want to. I will manipulate these clones and shout at them that these are battle droids up here, and they're supposed to. That was the enemy we were supposed to fight once in a while, and we were never supposed to fight brothers. Whatever disagreement we have, we can talk. We're not droids. We don't follow our programming. We are brothers. Come on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like manipulate.
It's I was afraid you would
Do
say
it.
that.
You got this.
Probably not. No, I don't. But I use luck. I will use. I really need to use luck because I've got a 4.
Like I feel like because they don't see the battle droids. I feel like, as a suggestion, anyways, that during the fight it would be maybe helpful if one of these battle droids was crashing through the window and fell down and they saw it. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, Ark.
I think I'm going to shoot some clankers while Quake is having a...
Shoot the clankers.
Yeah.
Shoot them a lot.
Oh, that sounds good. I'll kick some shebs again. It's my favorite thing to do. I just rolled a 12.
Oh, you didn't have to spend luck or anything.
I didn't. 10 plus 2 is 12. An extra effect, I will choose to inflict terrible harm. Yes.
Awesome. You definitely can take out one of them in that one shot. Like,
suggestion: totally. Put them where you want them. Maybe like throw them down. That might be more useful.
Oh yeah. That'll follow up on your thing. So I'm sorry. I'll take away the terrible harm, so maybe they're still okay. Yeah. And I'll force them where they want them. So
the fall from this height will take it out.
Yes. It's like a Spartan kick in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah. So there's the one that's been sitting at the controls. I'm assuming that's the one that you did not shoot.
Nah, just let him do controls.
Stupid. It hits the red alert button.
That's fine.
So now there's a station-wide alert of intruders and whatnot. Perfect. Okay. All right. So group in the tunnel. On mission group.
All right. XJ, open this door.
Yeah, like you say that, and he just sort of shows up right at that moment, like you coordinated this whole thing on time.
Wherever you were supposed to be here, like you should have been here by now. Where were you? Don't give me that attitude.
All right, so it extends the little thingy that you hooked up into the lock and twists around and all this stuff. So I would like for you to make Joe use tech for your droid.
Okay. And the droid gives me a +1 to that.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling it a 0. All right.
You got this.
Ugh. There's a 5.
Do you want to spend the luck and get a 12?
Yeah, why not?
It feels appropriate.
Spending luck.
Everyone else. Cool. Yeah, so like the device tricks out, and then there's the open lights go on, and then the lock clicks, and the droid moves back, like, and basically says, "Told you." Boop, boop, boop.
No, I knew you could do it. I just want to know where you were. One of these days, you're gonna tell me everything.
And the doors kind of open a little bit, and inside there are crates and some heavy machinery. And I'm assuming the captain has the scanning device.
Beep beep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the beeper. It gets a lot louder and rings more often now that the doors are open. And
We know what
there's
this
some
thing looks like too. so,
there's this like heavy reinforced security crate in the back that it's probably inside of. In fact, because it says property of Bail Organa on it.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Let's open this thing up.
Yeah. So you go back, you fetch the crate out. Do either of you have like a vibro knife or something like that?
I got a
on you?
vibro rapier, so
Okay. So you do it with style.
yeah.
You like
I'm fancy.
you put your J in it.
JJ.
That's right. And you open it, and inside is like this cushion thing to keep it from being damaged, even though it's like the most impervious metal. And you see this sparkly, silvery, like 8-sided thing, sort of almost like hovering in the middle.
All right. I'm looking to
You're looking at the captain?
Yeah, like do you know if there's like alarms on this? Is that when the station-wide alarms go off?
yeah, exactly. When you open it, that's when the alarms go off. Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh, they know.
Grab, run.
Wait for the boulder. So yeah, Janella, are you grabbing it, or are you?
Yeah, I mean, if the alarms are already going off.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it's roughly like a think of like a half. Is it a half gallon of milk? That sort of size is pretty large.
I don't know.
So it's not something that you can easily hide like in your pants or anything like that. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you grabbed it, and Captain, are you running along? Are you getting the speeder?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Back to the clones. All right. What's happening up there? Your message is going out. The droid fell. The clones are looking at this, looking back up, looking at this. Ark's friend is basically like rallying the troops. And so what they're eventually are going to do is overrun. There'll be a lot of stuns, but overrun the stormtroopers, because there's only like about a dozen here and amongst all of them. And then they're going to take their protest into the Star Destroyer and try to find and confront the Admiral, which may or may not be a good thing. They're not wearing armor or weapons or anything like that. They're just in like nice sort of clothing, but they're rallied.
Okay, but I think we need to stay with them.
Okay.
And get them in armor and prepare them for a fight. And
I feel like Quake gets the impression that they're going under the intention of confronting someone in a situation where they have rights. Like there's some sort of law here, and it's like probably going to end up like they're going to be just gunned down.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we need to stay here. That's why they need us. That's why we can't let them just go there. We've never had any rights, so.
Awesome. So what does it look like?
I will call Oligo. I will call Oligo and tell him, hey, look, Captain, loved serving with you. I would like to do it again, but right now, these guys, these kids, they need someone who looks out for them.
Is Quake breaking up with him?
No, I'm just telling
Listen,
him.
Captain, it's not you, it's me.
Exactly.
I like it if we stay associates.
It's not you, it's us.
Family matters.
Nice.
So you guys, you've got the situation under control. You're going to be all right here?
Hopefully.
Do you need our help? we got the thing, so we can easily come back to help.
Don't know yet. Maybe
Up
keep
to
out
you.
of sight.
It could
Could
get
be
ugly.
messy.
You may
Could be
want to.
messy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you may want to go
Hmm.
turn that in. You might want to hurry because aren't you getting paid by the admiral? No, that's right. You're getting paid by a person to go after. Yeah, sorry. Might want to hurry.
I don't work for the Empire.
Well, maybe you want to look into. I mean, we could stay and then we could go all together and try to figure out what to do with it. But I can't. I don't know how long this is going to take, really, because I mean, I'm going on a private channel to Oligo. I'm going to have to babysit these kids.
That's awesome.
So
what's he say? So
yeah,
I
what does
want to
Oligo
hear
say?
what Oligo's
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, I'd like to help you if I can, but yeah, adopting a bunch of clones was not really what I was planning on doing with my life.
Not really what I signed up for either, believe me. Maybe I can voice them off to Ark eventually.
Well, yeah, but like, we can still help you not die before. Then we can talk later about if we go our separate ways or not.
Let's
Let me get a
sure.
backpack.
Let's make sure the situation is stable, and then we'll be on our way.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
Oh, well, what did I just agree to do?
To help your friends.
So lovely.
So yeah.
I have a feeling that this is maybe the end of the episode.
I think so too. It feels like a.
It feels like it. Like so.
I want to
Yeah.
try to open the thing.
Are we gonna end this like Watchmen?
Yes.
What's inside?
I have not seen that yet.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay. Never mind.
but if Janella just wants to have we can have some sort of epilogue scene.
Yeah, and we're gonna do end of session experience too. But everyone feel comfortable with this sort of like this part stops and then we do like an epilogue? Yeah.
I'm down for that.
This definitely scaled big. All right. Okay, so let's do end of session. All right. Which I have. There it is. Okay. So, all right. Did they conclude the current hunt? Yes, because you got the thingy. Did you save someone from certain death or worse? Many someones.
Yeah.
Did you learn something new and important about the world? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? Definitely with Janella joining in.
Also,
So-
illegal with the whole Janella situation.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like we learned a fair amount about that.
Mhm.
Sure.
So yeah, if you marked 3 to 4, get 2 experience. Did anyone advance after this?
One away.
Yay!
I did advance.
Me too. Exactly. Advanced exactly.
Cool. All right. So yeah, epilogue. So like whether it's immediately after this or in the future, whatever, I'm fine with that. Like, where do we see these characters?
I mean, I really feel like Ark would want to do stuff with Quake, but I kind of imagine the idea of this like clone mercenary company that they set up.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like Quake already has experience working with mercenaries.
Right, I have this whole company, and the
Yeah.
Unbound seems to be a good fit anyways for the whole clone, for a troop of clone kid, baby, well, whatever. Damn it.
Well, like, I'm just throwing this out there. Like, if you were to able to actually, like, take over the administration of this space, the graveyard, right? Make peace with the daughter, which we didn't get to, and that's fine. She was against what was happening with her father, right? I mean, it's possible you could set up HQ here. You never know.
Oh, that would be a wild place.
It's your epilogue. You can choose that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally taking that. And I'm writing it down because
Yeah.
this is going to be a future Star Wars Saturday thing because it's
Yeah,
so great.
Yeah, like it's known as the graveyard, right? But who knows? Maybe it has a new name with the clones who are living here now. Right?
The retirement home.
So yeah.
'Cause you're old.
Clone.
So this is something that I didn't discuss with Rich, like, because we didn't get that far. Like, what makes his series different? One of the ideas I had in my head was that they don't age. So all of these clones just look the same age forever, which is like the complete opposite of the normal clones.
Oh, that is really messed up and weird and terrifying, but also amazing.
Yeah.
Also very interesting because if that's
Yeah.
something that can be replicated.
Exactly. Oh
I mean,
man, that's
come
super
on.
interesting.
Yeah. So this admiral was like, sure, the Death Star was destroyed, and sure, half of my shipment didn't make it here, but I'm going to see what I can do with what I got.
Neat. I like that.
Where do we see the rest of this lovely crew of the Wraith?
Lego? You got an idea?
I mean, I guess it depends what who else is looking for that holocron and how that goes.
Yeah, so everyone was looking for it.
Right.
Yep. It's basically what's on it. Unless you don't want me to tell you. It's fine. I can tell you.
Oh, I'm opening it in my house.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I'll wait till we get to that scene. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Olgo's plan was to skip what's his name?
Cal.
Cal.
Yeah.
One-eyed guy.
Skip out on Cole with the item. But then I imagine like that was just the beginning of a series of adventures of all the various groups trying to chase after them to get a hold of this thing. It was not just a simple to deliver it back and collect a big fat reward. Yeah, no.
Because like it will get out that the thing that everyone's after is no longer there.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I mean, I think it's a careful what you ask for, because yes, you get away from Cole with this item, and you're like, yes, we're gonna be rich, we're set, and then Janella's meanwhile in the background opening it up, and 17 different groups come charging after us.
Okay, I love it. Janella?
So yeah, my blog is like them on the ship, but like, she's been trying to open this thing for a while because like she's got, in previous sessions, it's found out that she's got force capabilities, and eventually she opens it because that's the dramatic thing. But then like there's a cutaway to like, I guess it'd be on the graveyard, like right after they're leaving. It's like another small ship leaving, and then like there's this Togruta looking figure coming off with this ancient Sith mask. And then it's like, what? Who's this?
Okay.
then a bounty goes out for basically Janela. It's like one of them black market ones, not the legal type, like the crime types.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what was in it, or do you just want to
Yeah,
leave it as a
sure.
mystery? Okay. So I got this from Wikipedia, this stuff. It's basically Bail Organa had put in this thing the locations of possible alliance bases. So basically, if the Empire had gotten a hold of this, they would have known all of the top picks for their enemies. So it's a very strong strategic asset for them.
All right. Well, this is useless to me. So.
You're like, what are these vacation sites? What is this?
It's not what I was looking for.
You could sell it to the rebels or New Republic.
No, I mean, I would just. But that's the captain's choice now.
Sure, very true. Cool.
Yeah, we just need to, survive to actually make that delivery.
Awesome. Well, you guys make a lovely couple. Thanks for bringing that. Everyone, it's been really nice to see these relationships, especially like every session having a new person in. That's been interesting. And the clone relationship development and all these things going on. I just really enjoyed playing with all of you in this series and with this game, and just really pleased. So those are kind of my wishes and stars kind of rolled together. When I have time, I'm looking forward to revising what I have here and giving it away for anyone else to like make better too. So if anyone else has any wishes or dreams that they'd like to share with the community, feel free.
Well, I have a ton of stars to give out, if I may.
Yeah, stars. Go for it. Stars are awesome.
Stars. Okay, I love give stars to Brian for poor Oligo, who was so much like, oh, and now he's got a girlfriend, and now there's lots of clones, and nothing goes according to plan ever. It was nice to see him just being like, okay. Then I look at in my pocket, and oh, I've got this, and I've got this, and I've got a really lovely cat. Yeah, like that. And I love Janela, who just came in and just like just for the one session, but she felt like such a part of the crew, even though we didn't, even though I think I maybe exchanged 3 sentences with her. She was just part of the crew, and I absolutely loved her. And of course, Rich Arc was a delight. It was an absolute delight. It was everything I really could want from this clone relationship. I really loved that. And David, that was really a fun development with all those clones and the Admiral. That was really great. And the holocron, yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was a shocker. I was like, oh crap. And then the part you reveal at the end about them having that like the aging thing, I thought that was really kind of a wow, I want to see more. So
take it and run with it.
Very cool. Yeah, that definitely felt like somehow this game became a prelude to another thing I'm dying to run now. But that's awesome. Joey, I gotta say, jumping in and playing Janela again, getting to play alongside you. This was the most like good-hearted version of Janela I've ever seen.
Wow.
I mean, I'm saying she's just been kind of self-serving and not exactly.
It was
evil.
Apocalypse World last time. So what do you?
I mean, yes. I didn't say that you were wrong. I'm just saying that you were meaner. And Brian, thanks for rolling with the punches. I know that this kind of went all clones all the time, and I appreciate you keeping a good sense of humor about it. Because I think a lesser gamer might have been frustrated, but you seem to be okay, and I appreciate that. So that's me. That's what I wanted to hand out. And of course, Sabine playing with Quake was amazing, and seeing him kind of take charge and proving to be the leader, especially that little conversation they had about the rejuvenation. That was like, man, every time I talk to you, it's terrible. It's great.
big stars to the whole clone family drama of like, oh, now there's a lot more brothers. Well, we gotta liberate them. I mean, this guy sucks and he's lying to them. Stars to Brian for going along with the relationship between Janela and Oligo. And like, I liked how you were like, we got a mission, guys. We don't have time for this. I'm like, no, let's convince you that there's time for this. I love the going after the hologram, and thank you for letting me play this character that I played so much, that has like so much backstory to Rich's games, so to add more to that little ongoing recurring drama.
I as you were saying that, I was just thinking like there has to be a scene in the future, like who knows how many years from now, where like Janela is like in a bar somewhere and this clone comes over to her, which could be Art, could be whoever, says, "I told you I'd find you."
The music. Rich, you have to remember that.
the noble stormtrooper.
That's it.
If I get into another game that I think Janela makes sense, I'm gonna keep playing her. So
There's no reason not to. She's pretty great.
yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
I do have a
Brian,
wish.
everyone. What is that?
And it's not about anything that happened. I wish the game had like a force stat move.
Yeah. So, following
like the tech thing is weird to me.
Yeah.
But like,
so,
I get it when you compare the options from Monster of the Week to Bounty of the Week, but I'm like, but it's weird. It makes sense for force.
There's no force use in the game currently as it stands to kind of help, for me at least, like a baseline. Okay. But I feel like I could add force stuff to it eventually. Plus, I've never really run Monster of the Week, so I wasn't sure. So I imagine that there would be force stuff in this game if it continues to be developed by whomever.
I mean, I could see it as a playbook of its own that has force use, and then you can say, okay, I'm taking moves from the Jedi playbook with an advance.
Yeah.
That seems possible. Or just for the trainee head to, or every playbook, like having a basic move that is force related, and if you want to go in that direction, you can take it.
I think that's a really good suggestion, Sabine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to focus on the bounty hunter, like the gritty sort of like person versus like the extra abilities and so forth.
Yeah, like I see it just because comparing with Monster of the Week, like the use tech would also be like use force.
Yep.
But then you'd have to create a whole new list of options.
Yep.
Yeah, and that would be mainly the same options, kind of. And I think that I like the idea more that you have some moves for special moves for force abilities, dark side, light side, whatever side.
Yeah, but that's it. So I'm like, Star Wars, no force, what?
Yeah.
Like, I want to do it even when I'm bad at doing it.
Well, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate this, and it's been a blast. And I hope that you check out Gauntlet. I hope that you check out Rich's Star Wars Saturdays. And everyone, thank you. May the force be with you, and have a great night.